Soon as we step out the cage, we raising all of the stakes. Make no mistake, either you stay in your place or we put in.
No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, I watched Clone Wars, but I mean, I fell asleep a couple times at night on an episode here or there. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so that's why you call him Huang instead of Huang, like everyone else.
Hey, listen, I've caught up hella on Star Wars. Like, compared to where my knowledge was at, like 6 months ago, compared to where I'm at now, I'm way beyond anywhere I was ever at. So, like, I'm quite proud of my Star Wars. Like, I'm selling people on Star Wars now. On my own with my Huang shit.
Huang.
I'm probably gonna get like a strike from YouTube for like a racial slur now or some shit like that.
Check.
Yeah.
Huang.
All right. So how do I pronounce it again, Jasmine? Is it? Am I sounding it? Is it Juan?
Does the Android have a nickname? Like, it can be easy for us to say it.
Wang.
Oh my god! I'm sorry. Oh, my bad, folks. Oh my god! Even I fell the fuck out there for a minute.
Fuck you, Steve from Bumble. Fuck you.
That's right, people. Fuck you, Steve from Bumble. Fuck you. Anyway, welcome to the Bleeding Edge, folks, out there in the great streaming lands. Welcome. If you're watching us from Twitch, you're watching us from Facebook, X, Instagram, wherever you're watching from. Thank you for watching us.
OnlyFans.
You know, you could be watching us from over in the Arctic. We don't know, but we want to thank you for watching tonight. So we are live tonight, Wednesday evening, to discuss the second episode of the new Shogun series. And just to give people a reminder, this is a remake of a miniseries they did back in 1980 that's based off of a book from 1975 called Shogun. It is briefly related to historical fiction. So some of the characters that are in this are actually based off real life people that lived around that time frame, the 15 and 1600s. So just FYI, there is some historical significance. So if you're looking for a little bit of a history lesson, this is the place to be. All right. So, you know, of course, this show has been fantastic so far. The first episode rocked. This episode is rocking. I can't wait to see the third episode because this show is just blowing me away. Hands down, it's been a while since I've seen this good of a show in a long time that from the get-go, from the beginning to end, the episodes are really well crafted. And even the CGI work, the practical effects that they're using in the show are really superb too as well. So you can tell they put a lot of money into making the show be a really good show. And hands down to FX, because FX has been putting out a lot of great content over the years. I mean, I thank them for keeping us, keeping It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia for as many years as it has. And, they have some good talent over there at FX, giving us some really quality stuff. So, of course, we have joining us, of course, is my wonderful co-host, Mr. TrueKnowledge self. Yep. Thank you, too. I love you, too, sir. And
let's get it. Let's do it.
He's ready to do it, folks, as he has mentioned there. And then we also have us joining us from the Entertainment District podcast, Mr. Vic. Welcome, Vic. How are you doing?
I'm great. Ready to talk about a great show. Welcome. Happy to be back.
Great to have you back, sir.
I'm about to wreck Vic on the fucking panel side, just to be clear.
Oh my god, he's gonna
I'm laying it out right now. Out there, it's going down.
It's all good, Vic. He's all talk. He's no bite. It's all good.
I'm not scared. Don't worry, I'm not scared.
Let's get it, Vic. All right. Before Andres gets here, and then he starts fucking doing that 60-minute man contributions from the panel and shit and whatnot, then we won't be able to talk. It won't matter.
Yeah, very much so. That 60-minute man for us guys, Mr. Andres. Love the guy to death, but sometimes he's just a little long-winded, folks.
Those time
but we love him. But we love him, Mr. Time Traveler. Anyways, so just to kind of start us off, guys, going into the second episode, were you expecting it to give you as much information as this episode did? And what were your overall thoughts from that last episode, kind of going into this? What were you hoping for or looking for in this next episode? I'll start with you, Vic.
Well, ending the first episode, a lot of people they got confused because they couldn't follow the story correctly or whatever. I didn't have too much of an issue with it, but definitely going to episode 2, I wanted to say, hey, these are the players. This is what really going on, and explain to me what the issue is, not only amongst Turaga, I always say his name, but the main guy and all the other members of the council.
Turaga, right?
Turaga.
Yep.
Yeah, and all the members of the council, because it can't just be all them against him the whole time, which they definitely got into it later, what's really going on behind the scenes, more in depth with the whole Catholic and Christian thing. Because watching the show, I didn't know Catholics were even in Japan like that. That's all news to me. So it's kind of a history lesson at the same time. So just more detail with the story, because early on, it gets compared to being the Japanese Game of Thrones, and that's what I'm trying to see. So
is that what people are saying?
Well, they're hyping it up to the aspect from what I hear, yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
I agree. I totally could see that. I mean, this feels like those first 5 seasons of Games of Thrones, how fantastic those first 5 seasons were. I've only seen the first 3, unfortunately. I still haven't finished Game of Thrones, but those first 3 I've watched were epic. And compared to what that House of the Dragon they put out last year, I was like, what the hell am I watching? This is not Game of Thrones. I'm sorry. This is not Game of Thrones. And so I was happy to see something back to that kind of caliber level as those first seasons of Game of Thrones. And I feel Shogun has that same feeling for me. So I'm glad you brought that up, Vic.
House of the Dragon Cyber is a totally different story. There's just a lot less battle and war and conflict and whatnot and everything in that story, right? Like there's not as much action. Even though they have the dragons, there really isn't, that's the thing. It's just the dragons, fighting each other, basically. There's really no, real big battles or any of that. It's a drama piece.
Yeah. Stupid. Anyway. Yeah, your thoughts, sir.
I love the House of the Dragon, motherfucker. I love that. I love that shit. I enjoyed the fuck out of reviewing that show. If not for fucking, I'm telling you right now, it was the House of the Dragon last year and Andor, right? And The Last of Us and shit like that and whatnot, everything that carried me through with the MCU went to shit, right?
Definitely.
Seriously. Something had to fill the void, right? That and Willow.
I'm glad it filled the void for you.
Willow lifted my spirits. It really did. Willow really, when Willow eclipsed the MCU, I was like, all right. It's all right. Yeah. Right, Cyber?
I found more entertainment in Willow than I did House of Dragons.
Maybe Willow will be on the Avengers. Who knows? Right?
Yeah. Maybe you be the villain.
Vic, look at that, Vic. I'm already dropping bombs. What's up? You got it? What's up? What you got? So, anyways, I'm sorry, Cyber. What was the question, sir? I'm such a professional that I became so focused on my competition with Vic that I forgot the entire premise of the shit.
Exactly. Yeah. House of Dragons, fool.
House of Dragons fucked me up.
Anyway, I asked you, I said, going into this episode from the first episode, what were your overall expectations of the second episode?
Something similar to what we got, but without the flashback sequence in the intro. I didn't expect that at all. That really shocked me. I thought that was a big thing, a big change up, right? I just didn't really occur to me based off the theme of episode 1 and whatnot, and at the end of it, how I felt off of it. I didn't get anything hitting my radar where I was like, oh, we're going to get flashback shit in the series, right? I didn't see where that would be necessary logically, really, in all honesty. But I didn't think about the fact that maybe, of course, we just had 5 years before we had the death of the leader, right? So that was a great opening sequence, right? Honestly, that was so well done. I know we're going to get into it in a minute, but I just want to point that out. There's flashbacks, then there's really, really good flashbacks that have an impact. Right. And to start off with a flashback, you're setting the tone for the episode right there. Right. So everything for the rest of the episode bounces off that extended intro like that. That's all flashback. If you don't kill that shit, right? Seriously, and then make it work after the off that then it's it's not going to work. They was perfect, right? The way that they started off the episode. So in terms of the actual moves strategically and whatnot and everything, and how things worked out with Blackthorn and Lord Toranaga and all that and whatnot, I sort of had the idea or the concept, sort of at this point with where my knowledge is at, just off the first episode, that things would kind of flush out to where they're at. That Toranaga saw Blackthorn as something valuable in some way. He really wasn't sure why, right? But in this position, with him being cornered on the Council of Regents, right, 4 against 1, almost being impeached. He's not desperate, but if he sees a wild card or something to grab on, he's going to seize it. He's known for being a strategy guy, like whatnot. So I'd say that the episode overall exceeded my expectations for what I thought we'd get.
Okay. All right. So we've mentioned the beginning of the episode a few times now. Basically, it starts off with a flashback to when basically that group of people are formed that are running Osaka right now. And basically, they give us kind of an intro why the dying leader decides to do that. And we find out that, they want to do that until his son's old enough to take over.
16.
Yep. Until he's 16. And, so at first he really wants Toranaga to take over until his son's old enough to be able to do that. But Toranaga's like, no, I don't want people coming trying to kill me, and so that's why, he ends up deciding to do the 5 guys running it together so that, they all have an equal share of people wanting to kill him, basically. So we get that. And then that's when Blackthorn pops back up and he is thrown in front of the council that he has to deal with. And basically they have a conversation, basically saying, you're a heretic, you're a barbarian, you're no good, basically. And, nothing out of it is good for Blackthorn. Yeah. And even though he tries to, give a message, to say that there's more to this than meets the eye, it still doesn't get across, and they still want to execute him. So even though we have the gal there, Mariko, who is supposed to be translating using her Portuguese, really they bring in this Spaniard guy or priest guy to translate for them.
Portuguese.
Yep. And basically he interprets what he says, and they still throw him back into jail. In between there, we have that little sequence where he's talking to his superiors, and they're kind of going over the fact, we got to keep, this in hand, keep our plan going, and we need to do these certain things to keep it going. And this Blackthorn guy is a thorn in our side, and he can screw up everything that we're doing. And, that's kind of, we get kind of the idea that there's more to this story than meets the eye with that little sequence as well. So, like I said, Blackthorn gets thrown back in jail. So before we go past that, what are you guys' thoughts on that beginning of the episode? The flashback, the conversation with Blackthorn and the others there, and then of course the conversation that the interpreter has with his superiors before he goes over and does the conversation with Blackthorn. So what are you guys' thoughts on that? And just overall, if there's anything you would like to pinpoint out, feel free to say it. We'll start with you, Jeff.
The hoes are laughing?
Yep.
So the audience are a bunch of hoes?
Yep.
That's right. That's all I got.
Dropping bombs.
Mash that, Vic. What's up? What's good now, huh?
I got nothing
You
prepared for that.
you
Nothing prepared for
got
that.
you got the control to be able to drop some shit like that? That's
No.
oh man. Cyber, what do you think? It's over.
No,
No? All right.
no.
Well,
You should have dropped the conveyor belt one. You did,
According to my point calculation right now, Vic is 25 points ahead of you right now. So
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's where we're at?
yes.
Yeah,
What?
I'm on the board.
I thought I did really good on the first round of that first question. I was a little long, but I thought I did drop some good shit.
Well, that Dr. Phil thing just dropped you majorly.
Oh, I thought that was really powerful.
No.
Yeah. I was trying to intimidate Nick with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up? And the audience. You know what I mean? Like, everybody, like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Vic, did that intimidate you, sir?
No. It encouraged me.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's
Andre, he'll be intimidated when Andres comes on. He'll be shit. Just watch out. He'll be like, oh, fuck.
That's when I sit back. I'll just sit back.
Yes, you better. Motherfucker. He'll fucking time skip over you or some shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Either way, so no. Basically, I'm loving fucking Cosmo Jarvis as Blackthorn, man. Holy fuck. The casting on the series is fucking a fucking, plus game type shit. You feel me? Like, seriously. They killed it on the casting for reals.
Agreed.
And Cyber knows I watched a lot of in preparation. I watched a lot of all the FX pre-show stuff that they put out, and whatnot, and everything, all the behind the scenes stuff and all that. I watched interviews, with all the three main characters and all that kind of stuff and whatnot. And I mean, this is epic, man. Like, I've had a good gut on calling like some of these shows here and there and whatnot that are a little bit like not on our normal, niche. But with this one, it's like, fuck, man. The writing is so fucking good. Both ways, in the Japanese language with the subtitles and with the Portuguese priests and whatnot, everything, right? And with Blackthorn, and I don't know who the fuck could have played Blackthorn better than Cosmo Jarvis. Honestly, he just seems to almost like I don't know, the way he presents the character is just it's so effective that. We're to the point where they have the first conversation, right, and everything and whatnot, and it's basically almost like a one-on-one with Taranaka, right, and Blackthorn. At that point, right, Cyber, we're at that point, aren't we? Past it?
We're
already?
Right up to when Blackthorn first goes to prison.
Okay, so what I'm saying is it just me, or at that one point when they cut the dialogue to where like it was just going back and forth with Blackthorn and Teranaga, they were just talking to each other, weren't they, without translation? Like, isn't that what it seemed like they were trying to imply? That Blackthorn was able to.
That was not that conversation. That's the last conversation they have.
No, the initial one.
Nope.
In the initial one.
Nope.
There's a back and forth where like you don't hear any of the translators talking at all.
That's the second one. That's the second conversation they have after he's out of prison.
The one in the sand you're talking about?
Yeah, when he does the drawing in the sand and shit. That's when that happens.
Well, they might have had a dialogue cut. They might have not explained everything back and forth, but I think Jeff's saying they just went like as if they were just talking and it wasn't translator didn't explain, translator didn't explain. It was more quick. I think they had one little segment like that, maybe. Yeah, they
did, didn't they, Vic? In that first kind of like deal.
I think so. Towards the end, it did. Yeah, it was just a quick conversation. Yeah.
Well, either way, no. I'll wait and talk about it. If you want to bring it up later, that's fine. I just thought it was very valuable. I thought it was really interesting. In terms of talking about the flashback itself, I think it's very important because I think that the actor that portrayed the Dynamo or whatnot, everything did an excellent job, right? Like, I don't know what was really medically wrong with him or whatever, whatnot, that was killing him. But I love the way that they handled all that, bringing in the sun and all that and whatnot and all that and everything. And the dialogue between, the former, ruler or whatever, whatnot, the Dynamo or whatever, whatnot and everything. And Sonata, right? Yoshi Toranaga, Hiroyuki, Sonata is the actor. That dialogue between him and, the Dynamo was powerful. I thought, it really it was like a game changer almost. I really just did not see it coming. Based off the first episode and what we saw with Teranaga, I was surprised. I didn't realize, I didn't expect that they would have such a tight dynamic like that and whatnot and everything. I didn't realize that relationship would have been there. So I just felt like that was really kind of shocked me a little bit. Cyber?
The first interview, the first one, Toranaga is not there.
Oh, the second interview is the one I'm talking. I'm not talking about when the first priest is there, whatnot, everything, and the other guy is there.
That's where we're at. Is the very first interview before he goes to prison.
Yeah, Teranaga's there.
Nope, Teranaga is not there.
Yeah,
he is. Cyber. He talks to Teranaga twice.
And that's when Isha
before he goes to prison, he talks to Teranaga, and they talk back and forth without translators. It happens. There's two dialogues.
Yeah,
it's all right. I'm just telling you the truth, Cyber. It's in the story right here that I'm playing right now. That's scrolling. It says right here.
It's Teranaga, Blackthorn, the priest with the haircut, and Miriko.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Whatever. Anyways, I don't really fucking care.
No wonder Vic is above me 25 points.
Well, he's above you 25 points just because you showed that fucking Dr. Phil thing. Anyways, I don't like it when you do that shit. You know that. Anyways, so basically that sequence there, it keeps getting mixed up for me because they talk mainly between the two others between there before they really show Teranaga there. So that's why I was getting a little mixed up there. But I still don't feel like there was that how you guys are.
There was
the Teranaga. I don't remember that.
If we're on the same page now with that, no, we are now. Let me just say that the point what we wanted to make was just like, and then I'll let Andres jump in or whatever, Vic and all that. I just wanted to say that dialogue was really cool because I'm telling you, the way that it was presented was that they were speaking directly without translation, right? Vic and I are on the same page with this and whatnot, everything. This is how it went down. And it was really interesting because it just shows the capability and whatnot, everything, and why Teranaga sees this value in this man, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they talk directly. And like, just by the time he's already been there, Blackthorn figures out, he's able to tell by Teranaga's direct way of speech, right? What he's fucking implying by what he's saying to him and responding to him directly. They have a direct dialogue where they go back probably, 6 or 7 exchanges of dialogue. Then he goes to prison for his own benefit. And that's all I'm going to say, sir. I'm bowing out.
Good. Vic, your thoughts, sir.
Fuck you, Andres.
Welcome, Andres. Welcome.
Thank you.
So
I'm taking my anger with Cyber on you, bitch. Fuck you.
Oh, really? Okay. I see that.
The flashback scene, right? So one thing I like about it, you don't expect it because we ended on a cliffhanger. You expect to come right back to it. So I love that. That's all director writing, however they want to do it. And the scene between the dialogue between the Dynamo and Teranaga felt very genuine. I do like that. And the way I read it is, even though he asked Teranaga, do you want to be the leader? I think that was just one last satisfactory test for him because it seemed like he had the council idea already written up. It's as if he knew Teranaga was going to turn it down because of the man he is. And then the way it's shot, right? When everyone left the room and it was just Teranaga, you don't expect everyone to be sitting outside. So you kind of felt that while watching it. Like, this guy is very important to everyone, but it's just the way they look at Teranaga as he's exiting, just bad blood. Without saying it, you see it 100%. The dialogue between Blackthorn and Teranaga, it was good. It was well played, well written, everything like that. It definitely had you on your toes. Like, do I trust this? Are they priests? Is he a priest? The guy with the dome cut? What is he?
Yeah, he's a priest.
Can you trust the priest or not? Is he really genuine? And they're just trying to play with you on that end. But it's beautifully written. I'm captivated the entire time. The story interests me. I like Japanese stuff. So
They didn't start molesting children until many years later. Nick, I promise.
then we're good. Then we're good. And did at that episode? Oh, we didn't get there yet. Let me hold off. That's pretty much it. I just like the whole cinematography, the dialogue, no issues there, and they tell the story super well.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. All right, Andres, we are talking about the beginning of the episode, the flashback, and then the first interview that Blackthorn does with the kind of the council there, where, TrueKnowledge is there, Mirko is there. They have that Jesuit priest come in, and then that little scene where the Jesuit priest is talking with his fellow companions about keeping the situation going with them. And then right up to when Blackthorn goes to prison. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, so very good. Well, first off, hello everyone. I'm sorry I didn't make it for the first episode. I was very busy. I have a job now.
You're always fucking busy these days, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear any fucking excuses.
Oh my god. Well, I have excuses for real now. Anyway,
Nobody cares.
Late for shows now and everything and all this shit.
Oh please, I was even late for one show. Always made it on time at least a couple shows.
Vic's always on time.
I am.
He's new to us.
He's eager to contribute on the panel, motherfucker.
Wow. Well, okay. Well, I can't believe this.
You better bring your AA game, baby, because Vic ain't playing.
Well, that's okay. Andres is negative 100 points right now.
I was going to say,
so he gets second place.
He just gets an automatic deduction right from jump, right?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, we're in Hogwarts now. I have points now. Oh my god.
Yep.
That's right. We're gonna start rating gonna start rating everybody on the panel.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do like a little rating thing at the end of the show.
It's like Family Feud, Andres. The points don't matter. Let's be
Yeah. We'll
All
rate
right.
each other. We'll do it'll be, that'd be great.
All right. Anyway, so first episode, great introduction to the world and everything. Episode 2, love it. I think the flash. Oh my god, as always, Jeff. Anyway, the flashback, very good. I think it showed like a very good character development for this character. Technology. What? How do you say his name? The main lead.
Toradaga.
Technology. Yeah. He's a great, interesting character. I really love him. I mean, he's from John Wick Chapter 4, the Wolverine. Or if you haven't seen his other film, The Twilight Samurai, I highly recommend that movie. It's also good. I didn't know the word Shogun until the show, and I was just reading up a little bit today about it. That's like a very high-ranking title. So the fact that he doesn't want to take it, as we heard this episode and last episode, and episode 1, that he doesn't want to really take this title, and yeah, I think that flashback was really necessary to understand who he is as a leader or and such of this empire. And then from jumping to the present day, I thought that everything was just. I mean, first up, the Blackthorn character is very intriguing. I mean, he's trying to stay alive, which is funny. I feel so bad for him. I mean, not that bad for him, but he's going through the winners, right? And trying to convince everyone that he's not part of this, other side of the Catholic, Portugal people, right? It's very difficult, because the other side knows more of the information because the book he had prior to landing to Japan, and so that was really intriguing. I didn't expect that would be part of the plot, which was great, and so I was very intrigued about what they're going to do. And now what happened with the episode towards the end, it was like, okay, he's seriously in danger. I mean, first up, the American priest was very intriguing. The fact that he needs to be careful what to say with them, because I mean, Japan is very strict and very they care about respect, and and so he had to be careful, lying to them about what this Blackthorn is really about, in his presence.
Andres, you've been in the Shogun universe before at some point during your time traveling, I'd imagine, right?
Well, It's a long story. I mean,
I mean, it would make sense you'd be able to go like forward in time and back.
I mean, my twin brother went to Shogun, not me. I went from the 1960s Japan.
Oh, your
anyway.
twin brother now. Okay.
Yeah, I was got a twin brother.
Andres. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So your twin brother's the one that goes back in time, and you only go forward. Was that some kind of birth defect or some shit?
No. It's not like yeah, right. No. First off,
were you like enjoying crack babies or some shit?
No. You know how in Loki there's the branches, right? So I'm moving forward to the branches, protecting it, and then my twin brother. Yes. That's listen. It's good. I'm moving forward in the branches to keep it safe, and then my twin brother moves backwards in the branches of time to protect it.
You're hanging out in the branches and shit like a monkey.
Okay. Now, guys, this has nothing to do with Shogun. So
anyway, let me get back to it.
I don't fucking understand that. What the fuck?
Hey,
anyway,
I can give you a map. Anyway, so Blackthorn is just trying to like survive and like he's trying to convince them, that he's not part of the Portugal and all that. And when we get to this, his like judgment scene with the main lead, and then Mariko being there was very intriguing, and I think that scene was really great. Seeing how like the Catholics are working with the Japan at that time.
Good point, Andres. Good point. I never mentioned anything about Mariko. I'm glad you brought her up.
Yeah, great character, very intrigued where we're gonna go with her, and you've seen the previews. So like the fact that she was been picked by the leader to translate the Portugal English of the settler or parrot, what they call. So and plus she's there to like see if he's telling the truth. Besides the priest translating it, like he I like that the leader's double checking if all this like makes sense and like it's like true, and all that, which is great. You see how smart he is. So yeah, so I really like this sequence. It's really tight. I agree with a district here that the cinematography and the production design is so beautiful. Like they really went all the way to make this like 1600s like Japan, and it's really great. So I'm very excited to talk about the other stuff in this episode.
Thank you. Great job, guys. Great job. So, Andre, you gone from -100 to 50. Jeff, you have added 25 points to your number, so now you're at 75.
Good job, Jeff.
We're gonna have to talk about this, Cyber, at like off show or whatnot, everything, because I just don't think that's fair.
And Mr. Vic is at 275.
Thank you, Cyber. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think you and Vic worked out some kind of like inside trader fucking shit or whatever whatnot on my ass. This is bullshit.
No. I told you, Dr. Phil minus his points very deeply, sir.
I'll handle the Dr. Phil thing fucking right after the show and whatnot. I'll get rid of it and whatnot, everything, and make sure the video is monetized and all that. I'm on top of that shit.
What does it have to do with monetizing? I'm not talking about monetizing.
I got it.
I'm talking about you throwing it up there, sir, in the middle of a conversation.
That chick is my hero, bro. She fucking went on OnlyFans and shit and whatnot. I mean, like $14 million in one day, didn't even fuck anybody.
No, yeah.
True queen.
Yeah.
For real.
Anyways,
dude.
so
I'd smash the shit out of her too.
So 50, 75, and 275 we're at right now. Okay. All right. So we're gonna throw up the trailer for you guys to let you guys know what we're talking about here. So get ready, folks.
You know it, baby.
Hot D.
He just went back down to 50.
That's all right. If you want, you could let Vic fucking smoke my ass. When Kimberley shows up, I'll fuck her up. It's all right. If you're watching, Kimberley, I got your ass. You're next. Serve your ass up.
Do not be fooled by our politeness. Our bows are made of rituals. Death is in our air. And sea and earth. Just remember. We live and we die. We control nothing beyond that.
There's a saying out here, every man has 3 hearts. One in his mouth for the world to know. Another in his chest, just for his friends. And a secret heart, buried deep, where no one can find it. What kind of man wields power in a land like this? The one with the open or the one you never see? Will I die here? Likely.
War is coming.
Life and death are the same. Both can have value and purpose.
This is not where we die. We should be corpses, I know. But here we are. My life is mine and yours is yours. If you can't see that, you'll never be free of this prison.
It is you who is imprisoned. Freedom is all you ever live for.
己の務めを果たす覚悟はできておるか。
覚悟はできておりまする。
Oh man, that'd be my dick hard.
Like those glizzies you showed?
Like She-Hulk gave me permanent erectile dysfunction. That shit gave me a hard on. It's amazing how good writing changes things.
Don't lower the camera, Jeff, please.
Yeah. All right, so Jeffrey, that smooth transition. Yeah, you go back up 25 points. So you're back to
Thank you.
75.
I deserve to be rewarded for that.
Andre's comment here that Jim Carrey is the you just lost 50 points, so you're now negative 100 again. All right, so
I know what the fuck does Jim Carrey have to do with any of this, man?
He's the vice
Vic is
president.
still in the lead.
How many times I tell you guys? He's the vice president of my.
You've never said that once ever until now.
Yes, in the past panels.
Oh my god.
He has mentioned Jim Carrey before, Jeff. He does.
Not in any kind of governmental position, whatever, not in the future.
Yes, I did.
Yes, he has one.
It's always been Angela Bassett, John Claude Van Damme, right? You know, Mel Gibson.
No.
No, he never mentioned Mel Gibson.
No. Mel Gibson. What?
Alicia Keys.
Mel Gibson would be my Secretary of Defense.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if we could get Joe Biden on the panel for a show? That shit would be dope as fuck, bro.
You'll fall asleep. Live.
I don't see no children. Anyway,
we'd be reviewing Miss Marvel with his ass and shit and whatnot, and everything and all that, and he'd be like, "Ooh, that girl's cute."
Oh my god!
All right,
buy-in.
Excellent, guys. All right, folks, there was the trailer for you to kind of get you an idea of what we're talking about here, the great Shogun series. All right, so where we left off, so after Blackthorn gets thrown into prison, basically he gets introduced to a new character who's in the prison with him, and basically they kind of have a combo, and he kind of fills Blackthorn a little bit in on some things. After they cut from them, that's when we go back to Mariko. She is having lunch or dinner with her child, and the husband comes in, who happens to be a part of the army, if you would like to call it that. And he's like, he kind of throws crap at her for laughing like a schoolgirl with their son. And they're eating, and all of a sudden another general guy pops up, and he says, "Oh, would you like some food?" And he's like, "No, we have a meeting to go to." And the guy starts to get up. He's like, and the guy's like, "No, Mariko." And so and she ends up going to another meeting with Toranaga, and they have that one general guy there and a few other people. And, they basically start having a conversation, and basically we end up finding out, that Toranaga is using Blackthorn to keep himself in power. Basically, he's using him as a pawn to help him to keep them divided so that they can't oust him out. And basically, Mariko is the one that tells him that that's his plan because she has figured it out. And so, no. Oh, Jesus. Shut up. Anyway.
What's wrong, Cyber? Those chicks you keep in the fucking that hole in the basement or whatnot, screaming too loud tonight or some shit?
No. Peter wants to do an update and it's yelling at me. Anyways. So
tell Cyber's wife I gave the best. I gave her the best.
Okay, I will. And they said okay, well they will. Anyways, so like I said, she basically explains that, and we go back to the prison again, and Blackthorn's having a longer conversation with the prisoner guy that he's talking to. The older gentleman that's in there illegally as well. And basically, he's like telling him what's going on, basically, kind of. And
why do you guys call him illegal? Why can't you call him undocumented?
Because he's not undocumented there back in the 1500s. He is there illegally, not by his own will. So these undocumented illegals, that we've been talking about today is a big difference. Anyways, so basically, the old guy is, telling him there's really nothing we can do. We're stuck here until they execute us, basically. And basically, the old man says something, and a light bulb goes on into Blackthorn's head. Like, what if I talk to this particular person? Maybe they can help me get out of this. And so he's like, I'm not sure about this. Like, let's try anyway. So basically, they end the conversation like that. So before we move on past that, what are your guys' thoughts on this portion of the film? What did you think about the secret meeting with Mariko? What did you think about Blackthorn's conversation with this gentleman and kind of him learning more about things where he's being held captive? What did you think about the execution of that guy that gets pulled out and chopped his head off? And just kind of your overall thoughts on that section of the episode. Let's start with you, Andres.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh shit! Now I already know I'm gonna have to keep constrain my time.
Oh yeah. So you're not 60-minute man like me. Anyway, 60 minutes. Here we go. So this sequence is very important because when you have a show like this that has very critical, like backstabbing, plots, it's gonna be convoluted and like very confusing. So this sequence is very important to understand the politics around Japan, all these characters, like agenda and all that. So you see both sides, but in different perspective. So you see in the, Miracle and, our main lead's plan of how, to kind of not getting like impeachment, as we know from the first two episodes. So he's trying to use the Blackthorn to like I don't know like to split up some of the like Christian like beliefs of someone. So very intriguing, and so good plan from that character, and so that was really like an intriguing plan to stop the impeachment, right? And then Blackthorn is learning how the other high power generals and those people that want to impeach our main protagonist, they want to like get rid of him and then probably get a new set of power, and like how they are very Christian belief, like because of the protocol have worked with them closely, as we see later in the episode that we see one of the other priests talking to the other general, and like that was really intriguing to see that. So yeah, I think this sequence is very important to learn about the political side of the Japan and their agendas, and it was so engrossing, and plus we got good humor. I mean, I don't know if that was the wife, like I mean maybe the mistress or wife, I don't know what we want to call her, but like she was so funny, telling her like, oh, you're gonna have to make me bowl and I had to be like a nun. That was so funny. I just laughed so hard with that. That was so cute and funny. And and I felt so bad with Miracle's husband. Like he thought he was gonna go to the meeting, and then his father say, no, not you, sir. Your wife is going. And I was like so awkward. And it was just so funny, with the husband. So so I really enjoyed this. The priest. I don't know if you recognize the priest. He's actually the main villain from Fast 5. When I saw him, I was like, oh, it's that guy. He, if you've seen Fast 5, he's the main villain that later.
That's Jason Momoa's dad?
Yeah, Dante.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the priest there, which was cool to see. And then speaking of other actors, I don't want to go far, but like the Spanish Percy guy from the first episode, he's the other actor. He's in the Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. He's like the mayor of Gotham City. So that was cool to see him in this show. But yeah, if he's that guy. But anyway, but yeah, so I really like this sequence. Like you understand what's really going on politically and where everyone's agenda is at this point in the show, because it's very important moving forward.
Excellent. Same question, Mr. Vic.
So the opening scene, well, not the opening scene, the scene with the Teranaga with his wife and the pirate meeting and everything, it was cool, little genuine family talk. It felt another side other than the seriousness of him. It's more family oriented, so it does definitely show a different perspective on that part. With Miriko, when she sat down with her son, they were talking, and then as soon as the husband walked in, my mind went straight, oh, she gets beat, domestic violence, and I'm shocked we didn't see that. I thought he was gonna slap her across the face or something crazy, but maybe because this is FX, we're not gonna get that. Because there's another moment later, I thought we're gonna get that again, and we did it. And then it was weird just seeing all the jealousy he had, because they didn't explain why is he so mad she's sitting with him, but I guess they wanted it to be him rather than her, more of a warrior aspect. Blackthorn talking to the religious guy in the cell. The dialogue was good. The two things that stood out to me the most, I would say, it was, of course, the Moscow talk. As soon as you heard that, you knew he's going to use it. He's going to use it to his advantage. And then he also shed light when he said that I've met many of you. Many people have tried this. But I guess many people didn't know the information you're giving me now. So that helps him stand out, Blackthorn, a little bit going towards later in the episode in the future, I hope.
Excellent. Jeff, same question, sir. Your thoughts on that portion of the show?
I want to mention that one thing that I left out earlier was how valuable I thought, or interesting I thought, or intriguing it was that the one Portuguese priest that translated initially with Mariko and Blackthorn honestly did his translation with Blackthorn. He didn't lie or try to like twist his words or like that, whatnot. He was completely upfront and honest about all that. I thought that was valuable and interesting to me. But in terms of Mariko, I felt like episode 2, she really, out of the 3 leads, she was the one that came out of the first episode the least developed, or like, the most sort of like, unexplained in terms of her, her role or value kind of in the scope of the series, right? And like, the depth of her character, where I felt like Blackthorn and Teranaga were really more deeply explored in terms of their individual characters, and the aspects of them were flushed out. There was more of that. She also got less screen time than them too. This episode, she gets more screen time, right? And she's a very pivotal character. I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched ahead, but I know from the reviews I've heard and whatnot and everything, right? And the interviews and whatnot, that like they're the 3 of them are the leads of the series. So
plus in the trailer, she's focused on heavily too. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it was good seeing her finally involved and whatnot, and us getting a chance in this, from the opening and then in this sequence too, like actually finally getting some development of her character, and seeing why she's so important, right? Like, and how her character can be interesting. You know what I mean? Like, and also, Cyber, this is the part where a lot of the more of the politics are being revealed and whatnot, and like the behind the scenes information and whatnot is being revealed in terms of the affairs of Portugal and England and whatnot and everything, right? And how, Portugal sort of has control over Japan, right? And isn't allowing foreigners, that's starting to transpire. And so it was, in terms of the whole prison aspect and seeing the man get executed and all that and whatnot, and seeing how like hardcore their penal system is like that and whatnot, it makes sense to, like, for this part of, this historical period of Japan, that things will be like that, right? Then you throw in this whole religious aspect, which is such an interesting part, interesting sort of like way they're handling it in the series. It's being well done. I'm enjoying it, right? At this point in history, right, there is a big rift between the Protestant and the Catholic, parts of Christianity, and so I felt like there was suspense built at this point in this episode, right? Like there was suspense, there's intrigue, right, politically, for Teranaga, right? As we're learning, more of secondary characters at this point too, right? And whatnot, everything, and we're seeing, Blackthorn, more about him, more of his development, right? More of him learning where he's at, which I think is really interesting to watch, right? How quickly he learns and picks things up and whatnot, and everything. Basically, I guess the last thing I'd probably say would just be that I find the whole the religious angle really interesting. I do. I think it's very, especially with Lady Mariko, it's really pivotal with her character. This conflict, which is already being presented at this point, that she's already having real reasons to question her faith, right? And the church that she's dedicated to. So it's just so interesting that she's in a spot as a character where she is able to actually understand Blackthorn, right? And she just happens to be that one individual that is Protestant, and can sway her. And that just shows you again his value. He has this charisma about him, almost like my swagger, but not quite as much. Well, Cyber will have to, judge it. We'll see.
Swagger.
You see what I can do with this t-shirt on, baby. What's up?
I would give you 50 points for that swagger, sir. You are now at 125. Plus, you get additional 25 to 150 for just the shirt alone. So you're doing good, sir. You're at 150, sir.
Thank you, Cyber. I feel a lot more now. I don't have to complain to the FX board and all that shit and whatnot. Things I thought we would have to get legal there for a minute, but we're good.
Yeah, okay. I was so scared. Anyways, the epic boards. Great job, guys. All very well done. Very well done.
That might have been the first time the word ethics has ever even been used on the Bleeding Edge.
Probably.
Hey, how about that, Cyber?
There you go. There you go.
That's a historic moment we should celebrate.
Okay, you get additional 50 points.
What do you think about that, Time Lord, you motherfucker?
Additional 50 points for you. All right. Okay, Vic. All right. So you have time for one more question. All right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry about that, Cyber. My bad, Vic. I forgot to remind Cyber due to my my slight intoxication that Vic's got to take off at some point. So thank you, Vic.
No problem. No problem.
All right. So since you have to take off, Vic, so what we'll do is go ahead and give us your final thoughts on the whole episode and all.
Okay.
And
I won't go into too much detail what happened, but I'll give you final thoughts.
Yeah, give me your thoughts on it, give a rating, and then when you have to get out of here, you can get out of here then, sir.
Okay. Final thoughts. Love the show. Completely captivating for me. It's one of the few shows where I can watch it without checking my phone. I don't want to look at my phone because I have to be tuned in here or I'm going to miss something or lose something. The only shows that's ever done that for me in recent time is Game of Thrones. What's it called with Heisenberg? Breaking Bad.
Cage Heat.
Yep. Yep. And Dexter. That's it. Those three up. When I can remember those. The acting, phenomenal so far. The two actors, Ishido, I think his name is, and Miriko. They're in Monarch of Monsters series. And their acting in this is way better than what we saw in there. Even though Ishido acting was great, this is just next level. They felt more comfortable in this. And the pacing in the show is great. I have no complaints. Quick question. Did any of you watch the previous series back in the day at all?
I saw the original series, the original middle series in 1980.
Is the pacing similar, you would say, how far as we're going?
No, very different. No. Very different. No. Are you familiar with any TV shows from the 1980s?
Yeah, but not Japanese or anything like that.
Well, this is not Japanese at all. It's very Americanized. Yeah, the show that they made back in the 1980s it was a made-for-TV miniseries that was like 2 total episodes. Yeah. And Richard Chamberlain plays Blackthorn in it. And all the Japanese people speak English in it. It doesn't have the Japanese.
Oh, okay, different tone completely.
Yeah,
then.
Different tone completely. It's very slow burn, but it's really done well. Like if you're familiar with like shows like Columbo or Murder She Wrote, it's very much like those, but it's really done well.
Got you. I saw one clip, and that was when Blackthorn first talked to Teranaga. And the setting similar, just felt a little different at all. Definitely. But love the show. Can't wait. I have to watch it the day it comes out if I can. And I can't wait to talk about it more with you guys, bro. Can't wait. So far, rating is a 9 out of 10. Easily.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. All right. Thank you for being on tonight. We appreciate you very much.
And I appreciate it.
Like we said, when you got to take off, you got to take off, sir.
Yeah. Vic, when am I getting invited on to the show, baby?
Well, I think we're gonna do a ranking for action movies soon. We're doing wrestling on Friday. Then after that, next week we're gonna do action movies. So if you want to do action movies, we'll have you on, bro.
Ranking of action movies?
Yeah, just classic action movies. Probably 80s, maybe 90s.
Who all is gonna be on the squad?
Me and Xavier on the pod. Those us two. It's usually us two with the rankings.
That sounds dope, bro. What is it? Yeah. What's the schedule?
Usually, so next Friday at 8 is usually the time.
I can be on until 9:30 because we'll have our movie review after that.
All right, cool. We'll link for that for sure then.
All right, bro. Hey, we appreciate you, bro. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it every time, man.
Bye, Vic.
All right, Vic.
Have a good night.
You're good people, bro.
Good, buddy. Appreciate it. You guys too, man. Thank you.
Well, not Andres, man. Fuck that.
Fuck you. Vic, don't listen to him, bro.
I'm just fucking with you. I'm busting your balls.
So since Vic left, all the points for Vic is divided between you two. So that evens you out, Andreas, but that puts Jeff at 250 points now.
You
So,
can
Jeff,
you
you're in
can
the
give
lead.
Andres bonus points and whatnot. I can smoke on Andreas, the pop culture guy, channel presents on the panel any day of the week, anytime I want.
Sure thing. You can never beat me.
That is true. Very true.
Sir, my
Anyways.
game is starting to come back. You better watch out.
Your game never left, sir. I don't know what you think.
Sometimes it loses its its edge a little bit and whatnot, right? You know, so it's got to be honed a little bit. But a couple visits at the massage parlor
And he's back, people. He's back.
Regeneration, baby. Let's do it.
Dude. All right. Excellent, folks. Excellent, guys. All right. If you want, Jeff, you want to drop the second trailer, and then we can move on from there.
Only if Andre says I can.
You can. Let's move on.
Okay, sir. I just want to make sure.
Okay, Andres, you just lost 150 points. You're down now to 50.
What? What did? I just say, let's do it.
Because you answered his dumb question. That's why.
What did he do? What, I don't even lost.
Do not be fooled by our politeness. Our bows are maze of rituals. Death is in our air. And sea and earth. Just remember. We live and we die. We control nothing beyond that.
There's a saying out here, every man has three hearts. One in his mouth for the world to know. Another in his chest, just for his friends. And a secret heart, buried deep, where no one can find it. What kind of man wields power in a land like this? The one with the open or the one you never see? When I die here, likely.
War is coming.
Life and death are the same. Both can have value and purpose.
This is not where we die. We should be corpses, I know, but here we are. My life is mine and yours is yours. If you can't see that, you'll never be free of this prison.
It is you who is imprisoned. Freedom is all you ever live for.
己の務めを果たす覚悟はできておるか。
覚悟はできておりまする。
Hear me, my son. I alone will tell you the truth. Death is the only punishment here.
I have not told you my family name, but it is well known in Japan. Many years ago, a great injustice stole everything from me. I have learned one truth, that enemies are everywhere and friends nowhere. To show your true heart is to risk your life. Because death can come for us at any moment.
These are dire times.
日の本は戦乱の世に立ち返るわけ。Doom lovers, cursed kings. These people are godless savages. Or maybe they just don't give a shit what you think. 時は来た。
おごり高ぶった逆賊から日の本を守らねばならん。
もはや戦議は終わったと思ってよいのじゃな。
動けない。
その後、己の敵の正体が分かっておらぬのじゃ。
You cannot play their games. That's how they dominate. A title revered through the ages. Shogun.
Dude.
Excellent. Excellent, folks. Great. We got great trailer watches there. We got to see the other one for another time. And, then we got to see the final trailer, which is awesome. So I'm giving Jeff 100 points for that awesomeness of giving us all that wonderfulness.
That's great, Simon. You know what? To be rewarded for fucking up is always awesome.
Excuse me, Blackface. What are you doing?
He's crying. He can't handle it.
Yeah, no crying. No crying
He gives up. He can't compete with TrueKnowledge, so he's like, fuck it.
No crying in baseball here, sir.
He finally decided to go full blackface on our ass.
He did. So the prize for tonight, whoever has the most points gets a weekend vacation with White Vision's penis.
Oh, no. Never
What?
mind.
That doesn't sound like a good fucking vacation or whatnot. Everything. Jesus Christ.
That's the point. Anyways,
White Vision's penis belongs to White Vision, or to be found hidden somewhere, or whatever, whatnot. Besides that, it has no real use or value to anybody else.
I'm sure you can find some use, sir. Anyways, so yeah, that's the prize, people. That's your prize, people. Anyways,
hey, Cyber, that trailer is fucking really good, man. That second trailer, holy fuck!
The final trailer, really done well. Really done well. Very well done. Very, very good. I think that it has a lot of what we're probably going to get towards the end of the series. I feel in that trailer. So
the cinematography is outstanding.
Very outstanding. Yes, most definitely.
They really put some money into this shit. I can't wait to figure out how much the actual budget. They haven't released it yet, what the budget is, but what was on this. But
yeah, you could tell they spent a pretty penny to make this show because it looks phenomenal.
It looks expensive.
Yeah,
everything that you see in those trailers looks expensive to me. And you know all the details, Cyber. You already know that how all the time they put in working with the Japanese, people on the team and whatnot, and all that, and everything that, in terms of making sure that all the costumes were historically accurate and all that and whatnot. They the best Japanese, silks and whatnot, all that shit to make them and all that. They had 200 costume designers on set or some shit, Epic, man. Fucking epic trailer.
Super epic, yeah, most definitely. All right, so basically, where we left off, the general guy that popped up at the Blackthorn's first interview, he ends up getting together. Ishido gets together with the other regents that are part of that club, as I like to call it, and basically they have a conversation with Shido saying that because of the barbarian's actions, he needs to be killed. That's what they tell him, he needs to be killed. He needs to be executed for his crimes because of his he doesn't follow the Portuguese. And basically Ishido cross points saying yeah, that's all good, but we need to figure out what's going on with Toranaga. We need to vote and get him out. That's really my prerogative, he says. And they're and so as he says that, all of a sudden we have this other person pop up who is disfigured in the face. He looks like a burn victim, basically. And says, no, Blackthorn's got to die first before we can do that vote. And they kind of leave it at that. And so then after that, that's kind of when, you know, we actually go back to the prison and we have the Blackthorn coming up with the idea deal there. And then we go back again and we go back to Ishido, and he ends up having a conversation with Yabashigi. So they have this conversation.
So, Cyber, if you don't mind me to say it real quick and whatnot, we haven't really mentioned him or talked about him at all. He's a great character.
Which one?
Yugashigi.
Okay. Yabushigi. So yeah, he's a great character. He was phenomenal in the first episode. He's super awesome. I like that guy as an actor. I think he's a really good actor. I've seen him in other things, and he's really fun. And I think he's brought a great personality to Yabushigi in the show so far. And I think that like his take on everything and how he does the scene in the first episode where he's watching his wife play with the nephew,
that chick,
whatever.
that girl, whatever they brought in,
yeah,
not everything. He's an interesting guy, right?
Yeah,
like you know, he's an interesting character, great secondary character.
Yeah, great secondary character. So really fun. So him and Ishido have a conversation, and you know, basically the conversation, you know, is kind of like back and forth between the two of what they want, you know, what they need to do, and kind of what their plan is to try to get Toranaga out. And you know, basically Yashabiki, Yubashigi, he kind of suggests something, and the shooter at first is kind of like, I'm not sure, and then they kind of leave it where, okay, we kind of have an idea, let's do that. And you know, we get that kind of little combo there, which I think was really fun and a great kind of back and forth there between the two. So before we go past that, what are you guys' thoughts on that portion of the film? What do you think about, you know, all that info we just kind of talked about? The combo, with the Regents, the combo between Ishido and Uesigi, and kind of your thoughts kind of on that section of the episode and kind of how it moves forward the episode. And do you think it moves forward really well? Let's start with you, Jeff.
I think all the political intrigue and all that and whatnot, everything along with the religious themes and whatnot, everything, it just brings a lot to the table, right? It's just it puts a lot in play, you know. It adds a lot of layers, right, to the storyline. You know, it really is very rich, you know, to take in, because you know it's being very well executed so far. You know, it really is. It's being, you know, really well done and presented in a very good form. If you're going to have episodes that are an hour and 10 minutes long and 57 minutes long and an hour long, right, then you need to like make you know, you have to have some quality shit to be throw out at people and whatnot, right? Or else what's the point? And they're doing that. They're filling that whole time with quality, with value as a viewer, as far as I'm concerned, right? And it's unfortunate because I do think probably, if anything, the one thing that might hurt the show a little bit is the subtitling. There are a lot of that just don't like subtitles, right? And Andres and I have talked about this and whatnot. Everything when we covered Daryl Dixon, you know, with that being set in France, right? And there be people being in the Walking Dead fandom that are diehards where they just could not get into Daryl Dixon because they couldn't handle the subtitling in all the episodes. But overall, I love the political intrigue. I love the crossover between the religious angle, right, and the politics of the Regents, right? It's interesting. And watching Toranaga weave his way strategically, politically, basically to save like his life, right, his own life and like his everything that he has, right, his whole empire and whatnot, because he, you know, unfortunately, right, even though, like, you know, he's probably the best man out of all these motherfuckers. Certainly not that he is with that dude with leprosy. That motherfucker's ugly as fuck, right? Like, seriously. Like, you know, at the massage parlor, they would refuse to give him a happy ending. Essentially, that's how rough he's looking these days. So dude needs some medication. But either way, bottom line, no, the intrigue is thick, and then throwing Blackthorn into it, right, just provides this, and then this whole really intriguing element, because you can see the at this point more and more this clear picture, distinct picture that there's more to this entire conflict than just the Regents, right? It's the survival of Japan to some extent at this point already. You're realizing that like literally like that's where that things are at, right? And have we gotten as far as when we had the second conversation with Teranaga and Blackthorn?
No.
Okay.
No.
So I love how well casted all the secondary characters are. I love how well written and how like well done the dialogue is and whatnot with the writing in all these scenes that are building up towards sort of this final third of the episode, right? It's just even these characters that we know we're never going to see, like that guy in the prison, the priest guy or whatnot. We're not going to see him again, right? I doubt it. But he played his part, and contributed in the episode very, very highly, I thought. So again, there's more Lady Mariko in this part. I'm loving watching her character develop. This is at the point too where she's had that private conversation with the Portuguese priest that did the translation in the first conversation, and she's very astute. Right? Like, the priest says to her, you've always had good instincts, right? And I don't know if you guys could, but I could read her body language that she felt distrust with the Portuguese priest during that conversation. Like, it wasn't Blackthorn. Blackthorn already had sowed the seed. Now, that priest she read him and did not like what she read from him. Right. And so watching her as a character struggle with her devotion to her Catholic faith is interesting to me. That's it. I'll hand it over to Mr. 60-Minute Man, Time Lord, Time Cop, sir.
Fat Lord.
All right. Excellent, sir. You get 3,000 points for that eloquent, very well done comment, sir.
Andres, you need a third title. I said Time Cop and Time Lord. That isn't good enough. Like, first you were Bishop, we were calling you Time Cop. Now I call you Time Cop and Time Lord. Are you a problem because I didn't say fucking Bat Lord too?
Don't blame me. That was
what is this fucking shit?
Wilson Chill brought that up, and I like it. Bat Lord. That's amazing.
Since when did Booze and Chill decide on this shit?
Hey, he commented it, and he said Bat Lord. I was like, it rings cool. I like it.
Okay, I see. So now
right.
we have to address you with 3 titles now. I understand.
All right, so Time Cop, your thoughts on that section, sir?
Go with Cyber. You like that 60-minute man? What's up with that?
Oh my god. 3 titles. I give it.
Getting served up.
Well, hey, I'm just losing the points. That's my job right now. Anyway,
no, for that laugh, you just got.
I'd be trying to gain points right now, not lose them. That'd be my objective.
I don't want the white vision peanuts.
Oh, you gonna lose purposely? Oh, I get it. I don't get it. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So anyway,
if he loses purposely, he wins. So
he's using Teranaga strategic moves and shit.
Oh yeah.
Trying to.
Anyway, so this sequence was very exciting. It was very interesting to see, these characters, beliefs, as Jeff said before, their worldview on, Christianity, which is interesting, because remember, back this time, this was the norm, that every like Spanish and Portuguese. England were trying to convert each of the land that they claim to like convert into the religion they were practicing, which is something that it's kind of ridiculous and should never force that on other cultures, but whatever, it happened that time, unfortunately. And so it's very intriguing with Japan. That they were heavily Christianity on this. Really? Okay. I mean, she was very Catholic. I mean, in Houston, so she's great. Oh, by the way, she's in my timeline too, so she survived. Anyway,
she was my spiritual advisor.
Oh yeah. My spiritual advisor was you brought up Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys is my spiritual advisor. Oh yeah, we have our meetings every Sundays in church. Anyway,
well, if I was beating with her, I'd beat her in that private confession room and shit and whatnot. But we wouldn't be on different sides of that cage and shit and whatnot. We'd be on one side, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's true. Right, it happens. So yeah, like Jeff, point me from where we're going to stop, because I just want to be
we're going up to the point where Blackthorn draws the map and all that shit and whatnot, everything. We have that long segment and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
right, Cyber, am I correct?
We are going up to the conversation with the Shido and Yusuke before they transport him.
Yeah. So speaking of the other generals and our leaders, they were very intriguing about their beliefs in Christianity. Their opinions.
The regents. Yeah.
The regents, right? The control of these parts of Japan, right? That they're running and how they should be running, right? And each one have very unique backstories that's kind of intriguing. The burn guy, I'm curious, what was his story? Like
that guy had leprosy, bruh.
I hope not, but I hope. Oh, really?
I said he was looking rough.
Yeah, I mean, is that confirmed? Like that was like a disease?
Yeah, that dude has leprosy.
Wow. I mean, I'm surprised he survived. I gotta say. I mean,
it's the 1600s, bitch. Leprosy's real.
True. Hey, I mean, they didn't have medicine now, so it's true. So yeah, okay. So I thought initially when I was watching this that he was like critically burned. I mean, because you could think if that was like a burn victim, but I didn't know that was like a part of the disease. Thank you, Jeff.
Kid, that's why you should wear rubbers.
Very true. Poor soul. Yeah, no protection that time, and I mean,
it happened right there, right, Cyber?
Yeah, exactly.
That one time you don't wear that Jimmy hat, you could end up like that fucking leprosy guy.
Oh my god. Anyway, so that horrific old man disease, it's very intriguing, but now I know he's affected like this rare disease. So okay, but it was very intriguing. Like I don't understand. Like they know that like Blackthorn is a threat, right? And like you think they want to kill him right away, instead of making this elaborate attempt to like take him out of prison, because the other general that we have here that wants to kind of like have more respect, because he's been kind of like being shafted here and there, by Ayashia, the main protagonist, right? And the fact that he came up with this plan of having some bandits to like kidnap him and then like being taken away from from another group, it was a good plan, but like I kind of felt like why you did that. Like it just makes sense to maybe get him in another way that was more private, but whatever. It was very intriguing how, because again, he can help them divide how you say it, Yashia's like impeachment or like not finding out what's going on with the Christianity, because he does, because we learned in this episode something we didn't bring up, that he doesn't like the Portugal and like the the Christian religion, as some of the characters have been telling us about his beliefs, right? And so that was very intriguing. And so the fact that I just think that's very intriguing that they were gonna take that risk to like come out of prison because of that. I will say, like, help me out, Cyber. Like, is this general that conjured this plan of getting Blackthorn being rescued? Like, is he playing with the other side, or like he's like jumping back and forth with both sides, right? Because that part.
It's all for their own benefit. So
benefits?
we
Okay.
don't know 100% why he's doing it yet. We just know that in that conversation they had, that it's the better gain for themselves.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, like as we seen last episode, like how when he went over to the village with his nephew, right? With the Blackthorn ship, right? He had this like plan of like, okay, let me bring the cannons, the weapon to Yashia, right? To like side with him, to benefit himself, right? So even before the Marco's grandfather arrived there, because Yashia learned from a spy in the village that this barbarian ship came in the land, right? So so he has his own agenda as well. He wants to benefit from something, right? That makes a lot of sense. I mean, I don't know. You laugh like I was just I just love. He's such a great character. Like, it was so funny when Blackthorn says thank you in Japanese to him, and he was shocked that he like learned that word, and like he say like,
well, we're not at that part yet, sir.
Oh yes. So yeah, that seems great. I'll wait. But that's all.
All right, thank you, 60-minute man.
Yeah.
So Jeff, you are now in a commanding lead of 5,000 points to 0 because of 60-minute man.
Yes.
But because he is 60-minute man, he still currently is in lead to win the White Vision penis because he took 60 minutes. So even though you have the most points, sir, you're still the master though, because you are with the most points, sir. Definitely, you're in line for the Great Danny Award tonight, sir. You're muted, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. No, I was going to say that with your TrueKnowledge, sir, you just assume that even when you're not on the show for a minute, you still win.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. You're a little far away too. We can barely hear you.
There we go. That might help.
Turn
the microphone might help a little bit and whatnot. No, I was simply saying, sir, when you're TrueKnowledge, you anticipate that even when you have to, walk away from the show for a minute, and whatnot, and everything, right? You're still killing it. Like,
exactly.
Your impact still, the residual impact is still there to where you're still handling your business.
Excellent. All right. Great job, guys. Great job. All right. So after that wonderful conversation between Ishido and the great Yugasigi, we see Blackthorn being taken out of the prison, and he started to be transported. He's blindfolded, and he started to be transported by these individuals, which I honestly don't know who the hell they are. I don't recall them saying who they were, but they're definitely somebody working for one of the regions. And he's being transported through the forest, and then all of a sudden he stops, and then all of a sudden the guys start getting attacked, and all of a sudden as they're being attacked and killed, we notice that it's Yusiga and his men, and they have they kill all the guys off. Oops, we lost Jeff, and so you just went up 5,000 points there, Andres. So you're purely in the lead now, sir. And so he notices he gets the blindfold taken off of him by Yusiga, and he's like, and he says thank you in Japanese, and Yusiga's like, huh? Like, huh? Like, you learned a word. He's actually starting not to be a barbarian. He knows real words. And he's like, learn this word. Something like that. And he's like, I am a dog. I am a dog. He's like, say it. He's like, I'm a dog. He's like, and he's laughing, and they're all kind of laughing. And he makes him get down on his knees and say it. And they're all kind of still laughing. He's like, but you're learning. You're learning. And after that happens, we pop back up to the great Tanaka. Taranaga. And Mariko and Yusiga's there, and Blackthorn's been brought in front of them, and he thanks them for saving him. And then Taranaga starts to ask him questions and has Mariko translate. And so as they're going through, he's answered the questions and basically telling them his side of the story. And they ask them to draw him a map of what he knows of the world. And so he draws the map for him. And he starts to explain that there are these bases that the Jesuits are putting up that are trying to take over your guys' territory. And that we both have a same common enemy. And that I'm not the person who's your enemy. It's them who are your enemy. And so basically, they get through, they do their back and forth a little bit, asking questions like that. And Blackthorn keeps, explaining and expressing these things and letting them know. And, even Miriko starts to question some of the things Blackthorn's saying. And he's like, I swear on my life that I'm telling you the truth. And she starts to believe him. And we see in Kiranaga's face, you can see him with the answers being told to him. He's starting to see like the wheels are starting to turn his head. Like, I can believe this. I can see how things are changing with us and how these things could be true, and that I need to start looking into them. And so basically they end up, coming to a conclusion of that little get together. And Toranaga says, you can sleep in my quarters tonight, and I'll sleep in the other one. And so that night, all of a sudden he's trying to sleep, and all of a sudden somebody shows up. This woman assassin starts killing people there, and it's killing all these other women that are there and stuff like that. And everyone started to be alerted by this, and they all start to go to stop this assassin. And as she's making her way through and she's killing people, she goes into the room where she's supposed to kill the person that she was sent to kill. And Toranaga is hiding behind the door and slices her in the throat. And she's like still trying to kind of attack him. And that's when Blackthorn comes flying through and like starts to battle her a little bit, and he gets cut. And eventually she's like gasping for air, and all of a sudden falls down basically dead. And Toranaga, basically comes to the conclusion that he was right in his thought process of not putting Blackthorn in that guest room and have him in his room, that this assassin was sent to kill him. And that's how the episode ends. All right. I don't know where Jeff went. Anyway, so Andres, what are your thoughts on the conclusion of the episode? And you can talk about what you were talking about earlier with the Yusiga and Blackthorn in the forest. And just go ahead and take your time and tell me your thoughts on that ending, sir.
Yeah, I mean, first off, great conclusion for episode 2. Just made you excited for the series overall. But getting back to the forest, Rexy Blackthorn was very funny, as I brought up. He said thank you in Japanese, which was a shock to him, and like how he tapped him like a dog.
There he is.
And there he is. Oh god, I think probably he's Iceman.
I was trying to use my phone to go out to do StreamYard on my cell phone, so I can go outside and smoke this joint without everything. It wouldn't work. So sorry about that, guys. I'm here. I heard everything you said, Cyber.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm talking about the forest thing, and so It was very funny, and like it was funny how like Blackthorn had to like kneel down like a dog, which was funny. But yeah, it was great. And then when we get to really the meeting, that was where it was so crucial. Seeing Blackthorn trying to explain what was going on, because what has happened, since the Spanish and the Portugal has kind of like journey around the world and converting some of these territories into their religion, right? And so Yoshi seeing this, like, is very shocked about that, because he's not a big believer of this religion.
That is their theme, or their like main goal as their Catholic wing of the two dynamics of the Christianity, is that they believe as a part of their faith that any territory they come upon, they have to replace the leadership with a Catholic leader.
Yeah, which that I think kind of scare him because of that. As Blackthorn saying that they want to place the current government into the government that they want to oppose, right? As Blackthorn is explaining that, which that scares him, and like right away, Yoshi starts to believe now what's going on with the the whole church thing and whatnot. And same thing with Miracle, as Saber said before. Yeah, Miracle, while she's listening to this, she realized that okay, this seems legit, because I mean, he's not lying about it. The fact that he knows so much of it is like kind of true, and I mean, the fact he explains the map and all that, it's like very impressive. So great scene. I mean, very intense. Like, I mean, first the actor that plays Yasha, he's such an amazing actor. Like, you can tell from his eyes that the danger and the worry that he has now with his life kind of being in danger, right? And and then of course I love that funny part when we get back to the other priest, right? That was the other translator from the beginning of the episode 2, and he's asking Yoshi to approve the black ship to like go overseas, and we saw earlier in the episode, and you see him grabbing the ink a little bit, but he struggles a little bit, and he puts it down and say, nope, I'm gonna have a wait in the port. And then of course the priest is like, oh, okay, something's up, and of course he tells his superior, who saw earlier in episode 2, right? And he tells the other general that is in the other part about this, and he sends the assassin. And right there we get into the great part with the assassin chick. I mean, I was like, this show is showing gore and violence really great, and this was like badass. I mean, seeing a samurai assassin cutting, like, just slitting out people's throats was like, oh my god, like classic samurai or assassin movies from Japan. If you've seen those, it's just pure that, and it's great. And when she got to the room where it was initially Blackthorn, and then the fact that Yashia caught her off guard, it was like spectacular. I mean, the slit from that big sword is like very brutal. I was like, oh my god. And I can't believe she was able to like still be conscious. I mean, like, she's bleeding out, of course, but yeah, I was surprised. But I mean, just a nitpick, but like Blackthorn,
have you ever fought a woman, Andres?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, it's a long story, but I'm not gonna.
Well, I never have.
Okay, well,
but I would have to imagine if I did, they would not work. It would not work out well for them on their end.
Yeah, well, this was a top hit woman, so it was very tough.
Like, I'd put money right now that I can fight like some of these women's female MMA fighters and shit and whatnot. I could probably take some of them. I think in the ring, I could, if I got in shape a little bit and whatnot, I could fuck them up.
All right.
Fuck the jiu-jitsu shit or whatever, whatnot.
Okay. No. I think you beat them up. Anyway,
I could.
Yeah. By the way, folks, we're not.
I'm giving you 250 points from the bench, okay? Just for agreeing with me that I would smoke some of them bitches. I appreciate
you. No worries. And let me tell you, the audience, the viewers here, we're not supporting women violence or.
Oh no! I would anyone who's ever fucked with the bleeding edge of me, but you would like me or hate me, but I would never put my hands on a woman. But in a hypothetical world where I could fight some of these, whatever, MMA chicks, whatever, whatnot, everything, I could smoke some of their asses. I've watched them fight. I could.
Yeah. So I mean, thank God, the lady chick is down a little bit, but then Blackthorn came in, and I don't know what he was doing, trying to save him, I guess, and like, come on, like, what are you gonna do? You don't have any weapon, and the fact that he got himself cut was kind of like, okay.
Well, he's pretty tall, and he has like a huge cock, and he can swing it around like a weapon.
I guess
like Wade Vision's penis award, but bigger.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, he could just use a bucket and like bump her. It could have been easier, right? That could have been his defense, really. But yeah, he gets cut, and then Yashia like pushed the lady assassin, outside, and then you see this for the end of the fight. And
That's Toranaga, sir.
Yeah, I'm using his first name because his last name is kind of tough to spell. A lot of these Japanese names are tough to spell. But I'm trying my best. But anyway, we're
not having a spelling contest, sir.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Are we? Is that going to be in the points?
That's during the B-roll part of the show. At the end, when we do plugs, we're going to add that in.
Oh my god. Anyway, so these characters talked about I didn't know this was a plan from Tanaka to like switch the rooms. That part I didn't caught. The fact that you brought that up, Cyber, with the recap summary, I was like, oh really? He did that.
Nobody would have known. You wouldn't have known until you actually, right, Cyber? You don't know until he brings it. He says it.
He brings it up. Yeah,
correct.
I appreciate that because I did like that. That big surprise that he made that decision to change that, because I don't like when we get to know that like before the plan. It's always great to see like a big surprise or like a twist that we didn't expect. So I appreciate that. And again, just showing how smart he is, that he knew that assassin will come after Blackthorn. So I really enjoyed the inclusion. I'm excited to rate this episode and episode 1 very fast, but great conclusion. I'm very excited for the next episode and the whole series.
All right, sir. Great job. Only minus 10 points.
Wait,
instead of saying Taranaga, you kept saying Yusaga. So you get 10 points minus there. All right, Jeff. Yeah. Your thoughts on the conclusion of the episode, sir?
You could have said "fuck you, Jeff" a couple times over whatnot, and it might have gotten your score up a little bit.
Exactly.
If I get more points, I still gonna get the award. If I lose more points, I'm gonna still get the award.
No matter what, Andres, you're getting the white V.
Sometimes winning, even when the reward is not positive, is still worth winning, sir. Anyway, Cyber, I'm sorry. Please continue.
I'm so confused. Ladies, I don't want this. I'm begging you.
Ladies, what are you talking about? This is a sausage fest, bitch.
Oh
this is sausage fish.
Oh, please, I don't want this.
Yeah, your thoughts on the conclusion of the episode,
Help me.
Well, to bounce off Andre's 60-minute man, Time Lord, Time Cop, sir, title man, do I need to give you any more? Drop any more? How is that enough? Okay. I just want to make sure that we were okay because I don't want to, anyways. But you're muted, right? You know you're muted? So what, am I supposed to be able to read lips now? What the fuck is this goddamn fucking echo? The fuck?
Yep.
We're gonna start using the sign language?
I think Andres thinks he's echo.
What is this shit? I don't know. I don't understand that shit.
He thinks he's an amputee that can't talk, that's deaf, and thinks he has magical water powers
Time Cop, I love you, bro, and everything and whatnot. You're one of my best friends, but like I can't read your fucking lips. I don't know you like that, bro. We haven't been that intimate with each other. You feel me?
No.
We haven't gone to the massage parlor together or anything like that, and whatnot. So I don't know you like that, bro. You and your fucking Bat Lord bullshit. Anyways,
fuck you, sir. You.
See right there, you deserve that every time you say that, it's point worthy.
He just got 200 points.
It really is. It's point worthy. Anyways, so I guess as far as the finale of the episode, I'm loving the character development of Blackthorn a lot. I really am. He's really if they're trying to sort of, I don't know how this is going to play out over 10 episodes. It's going to be interesting, but no, I'll leave that. But either way, strong performances across the episode from all the main characters. Lady Mariko really brought her A game towards the end of the episode, right? Like, watching her faith get really tested like that, right? In that last conversation where, again, Blackthorn just has this thing to him. He has he has that gift. He's got that juice, right? That energy, that vibe, right? That salesman shit or whatever, whatnot, right? Like he just has it to where he was the one, Englishman that the Portuguese did not want to fucking show up washed up on the shore to get up in the mix at all. You know what I'm saying? Because when he actually got down and fucking broke that map down, right? Again, it went back to the whole deal where him and Teranaga can understand each other, even without translation to some degree, right? Like just from fucking their own connection or whatever, whatnot, that I think they're probably going to continue to develop over the course of the series. It's not just the value of him. I think that Teranaga is starting to see humanity in him, right? He's not just a savage, this guy is not acting in a way where he's just trying to grovel or beg for his life or play games. Like he's actually laying it out, standing up for his own faith and shit and whatnot, right? In defiance, of the consequences of his own life, standing up for his own faith, right? And at the same time, warning him, he's actually been able to find dirt in prison to where he knows what the fuck is going on enough to be able to be like, hey, I'm your ally, right? I am. I'm your ally against our the same enemy. So watching Teranaga's face and everything and whatnot, take in all this shit from Blackthorn is deep. It really is, because he's the one at the end of the day, fuck the regents. He's the one standing up and defending the country of Japan. He's the backbone, right? So I like Ushido. I do as a character. I want to believe that by the end of the series, he's going to stop being a fucking little bitch, right? And stop taking She-Hulk's dick out of his ass and shit. Cyber, you feel me? Because seriously, dude's got a fucking problem. He's getting laid or something. I mean, seriously, he's so pissed off all the fucking time, bro. I don't understand what his problem is. He's just grumpy and pissed off all the fucking time. It's he finds no enjoyment in anything at all. Whatever went on with the Civil War, the shit with China or whatever, or the Civil War shit they did must have fucked him up, right? Kind of what's his name, Yoshigi or whatever, Either way, he's interesting. I find his character interesting. I do. It's intriguing seeing how that's going to play out with him, because you almost want to believe that episode 2 that there's a possibility that there might be a part of him that might connect with Teranaga, right? Now that Teranaga understands that there's this real threat to the actual sovereignty of his country, so it's high stakes shit. Episode 3 is going to be really, it's going to be fun to review. It really will be. This is a great series. I really enjoyed episode 2. So let's rate this bitch so I can fucking, get out of here and go try to pull some fucking ass. What's up? Bleeding Edge style, baby. What's up, audience? That's how we get down. I ain't playing.
All right, folks. So that is the end of that episode. So we're gonna give you our wonderful ratings. We're gonna give our plugs, and then we're gonna get out here so Mr. Jeff can get some ass. But anyways, both of you were tied at 5,000 points.
Earlier, you said I received I got the Danny Award for some shit or whatnot. So I'm just you're the moderator. I'm honoring my Danny Award.
Yeah, you got the Danny Award for the night simply for the fact of that you showed Dr. Phil earlier.
Okay,
so you get the Danny Award.
All right, Andres, you get the fucking Chloe Zhao Award, motherfucker.
Yep. And so since you both are tied at 5,000 points, you both win the White Vision Penis Award.
Well, share. I'll cut it in half, Andres. You could have you could have the smaller half.
No, you can have it. You can have it. just I'm done. I'm done tonight. I'm done today. I'm sorry.
I'll stop.
You stop. I'm joking. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Is your pussy gonna be hurt on Friday when we review Dune 2021?
Oh my god, I have to watch that. Ugh.
Oh, stop. You watched 3 fucking movies at the same time, 24/7.
Yeah, but that was like Batman Returns, and then whatever that the other movie I was watching. I don't know.
You haven't not seen Dune yet, Andres?
This is gonna be my first time seeing this movie. This franchise.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Oh god, you know what? We're employing drinking games again. So are you gonna be drinking coffee again?
I think
you gotta
so.
pick something different. It can't be coffee again. Do hot chocolate.
If you're gonna do coffee, you need to have the water again with the coffee because you super caffeinated is intense.
What, you don't want me to be caffeinated, or you?
I like you engaging in the game or whatever. It's cool to see. I think it's dope. I give you props. I'm just saying that, you need to balance out
Gatorade or something.
Yeah, balance the coffee out with something that hydrates you too.
Yes,
level out.
I do have Gatorade, so I'll probably need to mix that. And then I need to get something for hot chocolate. Maybe we'll see. Anyway.
All right, so people,
Cyber and I are getting fucked up Shogun style, bitch.
There we go, people. All right, ratings, folks. Andres, your ratings, sir.
Okay, quickly. First episode, 10 out of 10. Episode 2, a 9.5 out of 10. So that's my ratings.
All right, Jeff, 10.
Yeah.
101, 101, sir, or 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 in Echo language, in Echo speak.
Oh, okay. I have to make
10
sure.
out of 10 Echo style, baby.
Wow, look at that. Jeff giving 2 10s in a row. Holy shit, folks.
Shogun's no joke, motherfucker.
Holy shit. I give it a 10 as well. I think it's fantastic. Solid second episode. Just as good as the first episode. The first episode, I would say edges. I would feel the first episode edges out a little bit more because of the nudity. But other than that,
sorry, you son of a bitch, you had to be the one to up me on that shit.
Yep. And 10 out of 10, people. 10 out of 10 for both episodes. Excellent.
So was that a triple 10 rating?
Yes.
Oh, there we go, folks. That's special. You know what? That deserves a Danny Award too.
Danny Award for everyone.
Andres, now do you feel rewarded? You received 33.9% of the Danny Award.
Sure. I'm still traumatized after today.
Oh, whatever. You've had the Danny Award you've had the Danny Award multiple times, motherfucker. It's not new to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm distracting.
You've earned the Danny Award on multiple occasions, sir.
I'll take the Danny Award over the Chloe Zhao Award.
See, he doesn't mind the Danny Award.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
If I would have gave the Danny Award on his first show, oh my God.
I'm a proud shiny person, so whatever that means.
Yep. And you're the proud owner of half part of White Vision Penis.
Oh my
All
God.
right. So, Jeff, take us out, sir, with the plugs.
Well, I want to go ahead and nominate you, Cyber, for the Brie Larson Captain Marvel 7-Year-Old Boy Ass Award for best moderation so far this week. you earned this, sir. So the new award we're going to be using, we're going to have for for the moderating, everything, whatnot, right?
There we go.
If you're moderating to that par. But here, let me go ahead and pull everybody up real quick. I apologize, folks. I'm slipping a little bit. The Jamaican ganja has got me a little faded these days. But if you give me one moment, I will tell you, though, that what we're going to be plugging here real quick would be Andre's Pop Culture Guy Channel Presents, and Cyberneticshark, my co-host, veteran YouTuber and content creator, and his individual YouTube channel, where you can find all of his links to all of his different platforms where his individual content can be found. Here we go, guys. I'll start with, let's see. I'll go with you, CC Minute Man. What's up? Right. What's up with the channel, huh? Oh shit! 903 subscribers. Oof. Whoa.
Yeah. Anyway, hello guys.
Whoa. Oh, see that? You hear that, Cyber? Yeah.
Anyway, I would say, hey everyone. My name is Pop Culture Guy. Here in the MCU'S Bleeding Edge community for the channel Andre's Pop Culture Guy Channel Presents that run. I'm up to 903 subscribers. So thank you guys. Please help me and Cyber push that mark for 2024. So recently I put a great birthday tribute for James Bond himself, Darren Craig. Check that out. Just now I just posted a great 60th anniversary tribute to one of my favorite characters of Marvel, the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Can't believe it's 60 years for them, which is awesome. Please check that out. And then tomorrow I'm gonna post the final part of the Part Girls comic read. And then this Sunday, me and Jeff are gonna come back for another live stream of Ace Ventura Pet Detective for his 30th anniversary. Please check us out. Tonight I'm gonna create the live stream and then it should be ready for Sunday.
Geez, Cyber, I'm surprised you're not gonna stop by for that one, bro.
We'll see. I might.
Hey, I'll send the link.
It's a good movie to review.
I love that movie.
Oh my god.
Put me in, coach. I know I'm ready.
If 60 Minute Man can even remember to fucking send you the link.
I send you the link every time. Oh my god.
All right, let me slide over here to Cyberneticshark. Let me slide it over, baby.
Wait. Cyber needs to have the Miracle Rebel Award now because that was the best.
How the fuck did Cyber win the Miracle Rebel Award at the same time he just won the fucking Danny Award 33.9%, and on top of that he won the fucking the new Brie Larson Captain Marvel 7-Year-Old Boy Ass Award.
Because I'm the shit.
How many fucking awards do you get in one fucking show?
I get as many as I can.
Hey,
well,
we need to work hard, Jeff. You're slacking.
I don't like where things are going here. The word ethics has been mentioned for the first time ever in the history of the Bleeding Edge tonight. This shit is getting deep.
Oh my god.
Shogun's deep, man. It's fucking. It's changing us.
Oh god, not ethics. Anyway, folks, if you enjoy me as the moderator or you enjoy me here on the panel on the MCU'S Bleeding Edge, you can definitely go check out my solo content. You can find me under Cyberneticshark on YouTube. You can find me on TikTok, Facebook, X, Instagram, Patreon, pretty much anywhere. You can check me out. As you can see there, my most recent review is Poor Things, Oscar-nominated film for Best Picture and Best Actress, Emma Stone. If you want to watch basically a Frankenstein story with lots of nudity, that's the movie to check out. And actually really fun film, but great cast. If you haven't seen it, check out that review. Check out my trailer reaction for the new Bill Skarsgård film coming out, Boy Kills World. Looks really fantastic. Looks like John Wick style type of film. Looking forward to seeing that when it comes out in April. I've hit 751 and past the 750 mark. I just saw Spaceman, the Adam Sandler movie on Netflix. If you haven't seen that, check out that little wonderful mini review. Therefore, we'll have a full review of it coming up soon. American Fiction, check out that mini review too. Very interesting film. A lot what people have been wanting to say, that movie explains. I think it does a really good job with that. And yeah, be having more content coming out soon, more reviews, more trailer reactions, that kind of good stuff.
I think
And,
Holes reminds me of that fucking hole guy from Ant-Man 3. The fucking guy obsessed with his holes or whatever the fuck.
Oh.
That fucking asshole.
I like that asshole.
I know you do. Ant-Man 3 is like your fave. He's like it's like your Avengers 2 Age of Ultron for me.
I love Ant-Man.
Here you go, folks. I've got my plugs right here. There's my FetLife profile. There you go. Ladies in the audience. I'm a dominant master, slut, mentor, evolving straight. Enlist out when I can. I'm currently seeking long-term relationship, a dynamic, play partner, submissive, slaves. I enjoy very much. Princess by day, slut by night is always good, and friendship is always wonderful. I'm a genuinely single gentleman living in Sarasota, Charlotte County area. Oh, shit. I am just on here looking to make friends, meet possible playmates, and network. I'm a legitimate, monetized mainstream content creator. Woohoo! Yes, I am. And the host of the MCU'S Bleeding Edge YouTube channel podcast. Just over 40,000. Oh, shit. I need to update my shit, Cyber. And there you go, folks. There's my FetLife profile. There's my plugs. Just to make it clear that I am a freak, and I am crazy as fuck. There you go.
He deserves a Monica Bow for just that.
I couldn't find a massage parlor thing to pull up and whatnot here in Jamaica, so I had to go with that.
Ah, there you go. All right, folks. So that is our show, and take us out, Jeff.
All right. Well, once again, Andreas, enjoy the Chloe Zhao Award tonight.
No,
you deserve it, sir.
No, please don't.
Cyber, I don't want you to forget.
Thank you. I am the Captain Bree.
It's a major achievement to win the Captain Bree Award. And I can't think of anything better to take out the show at the end of the day.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
Hey,
true.
Nostalgia, baby. Nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
Are going to take off.
Some of them going to bomb.
Just like they've bombed in the comics.
What about this guy? You think this guy can make it for the Avengers?
Diamond Days, a ninja teaching flicks. Honey, let me see the sign there, honey. Come on in here, ninja. Here's my ninja. Diamond Days Ninja School. Come on down. What we're going to teach you, hold up, darling. What we're going to teach you in our first episode is a proper stance and a proper kung fu. And you got your Judy chop, all right? You got your karate chop, and you got your ninja chop. Now, what smart thing to do is like when you use a judo chopping, you gotta say it, for you beginners, like a Judy chop. Because what you don't want to do is like be a Judy chopping and a kung fu kicking, and there goes your leg. There ain't much home for a one-legged ninja out there. Right there, hard as a rock, buddy. Let me show you something. I'll have last time, baby. Don't put it in front of your face. I don't want to hurt you. But you got me? Now, what we're going to do here, we're going to work on the ninja chops.
Yo, I would smash that chick, bro.
Ninja chop. Well, now see, sometimes it don't always work for a ninja, but it practice makes a perfect. Don't go ninja nobody, don't need ninja, alrighty? Now, them things there, if I was put them in my pockets, that'd get me for concealment of a deadly weapons. And so you got your son fella coming at you out in the trailer park, regular cannon backer, you say?
Cyber, it's the fucking skull can, bro. The skull can.
Yeah, we just rolling through the trailer park. What's that? What's that fella doing? Ninja start. Right there. That son fella jumps out behind a trailer on you. You got to put on out yonder like that. And you can't get him caught up in your ninja outfit,
Yes, it is.
Coming at you with.
Dude, that guy lived right next door to me, man.
Yo, what the hell was that weapon he pulled out there? That was the best response ever by Jeff right there.
It looked like a damn skull can or something, didn't it?
Where did you find that?
I missed Jeff.
Listen, hey,
That guy.
Cyber, look at Andrew.
I love it.
That is
him. His interview tape for the Special Olympics Avengers.
No expression.
That dude don't stand a prayer.
Oh,
that dude.
It's amazing something like that. That dude's probably popular as hell from that video.
Dude, that guy could beat Kate Bishop's ass.
Alpha Flight will whoop his ass. Puck will whoop his.
Wow! You fucking got him.
Come on, Frank Dukes. Come on.
Okay,
Sean Lee. They hated him 10 minutes before when he murdered the guy. Now they're cheering for him.
I know. I was wondering about that.
Okay, USA.
Why the fuck are they chanting him?
Oh, what a kick. To the guts.
Every blow, there's a slow-mo suspension, like.
Come on, Frank.
More.
Please show us the people with the money.
Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Soon as we step out the cage, we raising all of the stakes. Make no mistake, either you